Hi, and welcome to the next edition of GrowthSpot. Today, I'd like to talk about growth levers and how you can use them to measure the impact of changes to features. In our product, our North Star metric is the total number of weekly queries across all our users. So if you're making changes to the product, the obvious thing you'd like to do is to be able to measure the impact of those changes on weekly queries. But there are lots of factors that influence our North Star metric. That is, there are lots of inputs to that metric. For example, number of customers and number of users per customer and queries per user are all inputs to weekly queries. And in turn, each of those have their own set of inputs. Collectively, we call those inputs growth levers. In reality, there's a lot more growth levers than what I'm showing here. So unless your feature change has a really big impact, it's going to be hard to see a measurable change in our North Star metric. So what we do instead is look for measurable changes in the growth levers themselves. For example, let's say we're focusing on simplifying the sharing process. Now by itself, that's probably not going to make a big enough change so that we could see a measurable change in weekly queries. But we know that the number of live boards a user can access is an input to weekly queries. And in turn, we know that the number of live boards shared is an input to the number of live boards that a user can access. So if we do a good job improving the sharing process and making it more simple, we should be able to measure a change in the number of live boards being shared. And since we know that that acts as an ultimate input for weekly queries, that's the growth lever that we should focus on for this feature change. So in general, the goal is to identify the growth lever for the North Star metric that you're working with, that you believe that you can make a measurable change to, and then focus on moving that metric. I hope this has been useful. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.